Thanks for joining us on the John Mendola Show. We're driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Let's talk Bloomsburg Lady Huskies basketball. Joining us right now is the head coach, Bill Cleary. Big day today for you, Bill. You guys are hosting once again PSAC Championships, and you got an opponent today in Cal. Let's talk a little bit about your matchup today.
First off, John, thanks so much for having us. We're really excited. Honestly, it's a big day for us today. We're anxious to get that ball tapped and get going here. But, you know, California University of Pennsylvania, very strong team, very good team, very well-coached team. Very similar to us in that they play a lot of guards. They're very tough matchups because all their players are pretty much, versatile. They're interchangeable. So it's going to be an interesting matchup, I think, for both sides or for both teams.
Well, it comes down to 1/10 as far as the offensive averages. They're at 72.9. You're at 72.8. Something's got to give with that.
Apparently something does, and hopefully that will sway in our favor this afternoon. But no, again, you know, what makes them so tough is, again, they can beat you in a variety of ways. They can beat you inside, they beat you outside. The main thing with Cal is you can't turn the ball over. For the most part, they generate a lot of their offense from their defense. So for us, we talked about this week, if we're going to turn the ball over, it's got to be a dead ball turnover. You know, walk, throw it out of bounds, something of that nature. We can't allow them to get an easy basket because we make a lackadaisical pass. The other thing with that is they really do a great job of really, building off that momentum. And it's almost like with each steal that they get and they score, they get more and more aggressive. So what we've got to do is we really got to make sure that we make them uncomfortable, and which is make them have to score in the half court.
Talking with Bill Cleary here on the John Mendola Show. We're driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Later today, Bloomsburg will take on Cal of PA. And, Coach, you're the second game of the day. How tough is that mentally? There's probably good and bad with both of those. Trying not to, maybe you watch the other game and you get a little feel, but maybe not looking ahead. That's always tough to stay focused. Talk about how you approach that with your team. And, of course, being the host and sleeping in your own beds and everything like that is always good from last night.
Without question, it's one of those things we don't think about, we don't worry about. I think we're just so anxious to get ready to play. That whether we play first, whether we play second, it doesn't matter to us. We just want to get out there and we want to be able to do our thing. Obviously being at home, having the comforts of sleeping in our own bed, familiar with obviously the dimensions of our home court, and having the backing of our great fans here at Bloomsburg University. Our community is so incredibly supportive. I think that's going to get us more excited to play well in front of our home crowd and putting on a good show for them.
Coach, you talk about your team this year and the matchup with the Vulcans. You played once already this year. You were able to beat them, and last few have gone your way. But they're a tough team, no doubt. It's going to come down. They had a big spurt in that game where they were ahead, then you guys put on a run. So it's a matter of kind of managing their spurts and trying to get your own going and see how it works out at the end.
Without question. Again, the thing with basketball, it's always about a game of runs, and you just hope that your runs outlast or last longer than your opponents. And again, we look back to our game Tuesday. You have Kutztown who goes on a 20-0 run on us, and yet we're still managed to win the game by 10. I think it says a lot about basketball itself. I mean, again, you got to make sure that obviously we don't want to give up another 20-0 run. At the same time, they're going to make a run. Cal's very strong. Very good. So you got to make sure their runs are like 4-0, 6-0, and make sure our runs are like 9, 10-0. So we got to limit their runs and make sure that again, we give them nothing easy or give them any confidence where they can build off any type of momentum.
Coach, the accolades for your program have been outstanding once again. PSAC East Coach of the Year. You got Marla Simmons again as the Athlete of the Year. Camden Bonner, Freshman of the Year. Those are all nice things that happen for your program, and you love to build on them. But the emphasis right now for this weekend, you're 24-3. They're 24-4. So it's going to come down to a couple buckets.
It really is. I mean, right now, when you're playing in March, when you're fortunate enough to play in March, it's everything. I always laugh. Everyone thinks it comes down to that last possession, but it's not necessarily that last possession. It's also all those possessions in between. I think people forget about, and that can make a difference in a win and a loss. And for us, again, it's one of those things where we just got to make sure we manage what we do. We're able to do what we do, and I think our program has been able to do that for the last couple of years, and again, we don't get too high when things are going well for us, and we don't get too low when things aren't going well for us. We keep the ship steady, and we keep going, and we just play, and I think that's the best thing about our program.
Bill, your team 12-0 when you out-rebound the opponent of course, so what you're going to do it at home. In this group right now that you've had at Bloomsburg, 51-7 at Nelson Fieldhouse. So a lot of little things I'm sure you're going to talk to your team about before today's game, but we're rooting for you and wish you well this afternoon.
John, thank you so much. We're excited, and we appreciate all the support that you give us, and very fortunate to have someone like yourself give us this opportunity to talk about our program. We're very grateful and appreciative, so thank you so much, John.
Bill Cleary doing an outstanding job, him and his coaching staff, and, of course, the ladies there at Bloomsburg, outstanding as well. Take on Cal this afternoon, Nelson Fieldhouse. Bill Cleary on the John Mendola Show. We are driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers.